Nick, you just mentioned you're going to save your cash. You're going to spend it in the forward department. So give me the dude or dudes you would consider building around here.
Yeah, so there are two guys, and they're both coming from the Charlotte Chicago game tonight. I like DeMar DeRozan a lot, 9.6K, and I like Kelly Oubre a lot. Kind of fits more just outside that value range of 5.6K. I think Kelly Oubre is probably my favorite play tonight, but I'll talk about DeMar DeRozan. Actually, I'll talk about Oubre first. This is tied for the highest total on DK Sportsbook tonight. He's comfortably returned 5 times value at this price tag in 4 of his last 5. Bulls bottom 10 in defensive rating, and with no Gordon Hayward on the floor tonight, he has the 3rd highest usage rate in that situation. 1.02 DK fantasy points per minute. I'm not seeing any scoring props for Oubre tonight, but I would be looking for those because I do think he's in a great spot. Garion was talking about Ball, similar kind of reasons in terms of minutes and everything, but obviously different level than Ball. With DeMar DeRozan, 9.6K, he's just been a model of consistency from a DFS side. He's provided 5 times value in the last 7 games. Whether that's translated into wins or not, that's a whole nother issue. But we talk about Charlotte all the time. Bad on defense, pace up spot, again, total. So I like both these guys a lot tonight.
I mean, DeRozan's just stuffing the stat sheet like left and right. 46 plus DraftKings points in 11 straight games. And as you just mentioned, the Hornets 9th in defensive efficiency this season. Garion, who's a forward you'd like to build around?
Yeah, I think it has to begin and end with DeRozan. Just considering he's taken 86 field goal attempts his last 3 games, and that might not even be the most appealing aspect of his game tonight. I mean, we know the Bulls have been dealing with just an insane amount of backcourt injuries, specifically to their point guards. They can't seem to keep a point guard healthy longer than like a week. And with Dosunmu out, I mean, we know from DeRozan's, his last season with the Raptors, his time throughout, his time with the Spurs, he can play point forward. I mean, he sees the court better than most guys at his position. So I think we could get a scenario here where DeRozan, out of sheer necessity, probably has to flirt with a triple-double because he's probably going to play 38 to 40 minutes in this contest anyway. He's going to be popular. I mean, maybe you could pivot to someone like Pascal Siakam, although I think rarely do we have blowout concerns and minutes concerns with the Raptors guys, but without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I have a hard time seeing this game against the Thunder be close. So I would say DeRozan is number 1, and I would back Nick up too. I think Oubre is also a fantastic play, but anyone in this game is going to be popular. That is something you kind of just have to accept.
Yeah. Hey, Maddie, what about Pascal Siakam? He seems like another high salary option, like worth considering.
Yeah, I think Siakam is fine. It's playing the Thunder now, it's kind of one of those things that I've talked about a bunch where you take a player off the opposing team and the game slows down because that player is the reason the team's up tempo. So that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I'm a little worried about Raptors for blowout reasons too. The team I want to stick with is the Hornets, and I almost think you have to play a Hornets forward because their rotation is just so thin that it's not necessarily the case that there's one guy who's a total standout. I mean, I think Oubre is a really good value play, but between Oubre, PJ Washington, and then Miles Bridges, who I think I like more than both of them, I just think that the chances of all of them being average or worse are very low. Someone's going to be great here. So I'm going to go with Bridges. I think he goes more overlooked because of the price. He's kind of in this no man's land range where I think a lot of people take guards that are either a little bit more expensive or a little cheaper than him. I think a lot of the popular forward and center plays are a lot cheaper. Bridges at 7,800 just doesn't really fit that kind of lineup construction. And yeah, he might play 45 minutes tonight. Like, this is an important game for the Hornets in the standings. They're on a losing streak. They're playing the Bulls, who are ahead of them in the Eastern Conference. The Hornets might be getting a little more desperate to get themselves into the playoffs in the second half of the season. I think that could be part of what's going on, along with the injuries, why we're seeing the starters play more minutes. So Bridges, I think, is really safe in terms of the minutes. Although, to be fair, like 2 days ago, I thought Gordon Hayward was safe, and then he got injured in the game. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But I think the Hornets in general are a really good place to target for forwards.